Picomo, my rubies, two be making roundabout. Can I chat Tower City, you city clock? Dear, think it's a pole, it's what I'm going chim. In Nambagi, I'm a tea, nor a beer, a rio, a beer, a chiel, a beer, when a beer, onyo, nor a rio, not, bon when nor a beer, a rio, a beer dead.
Itiunyu, Iraporo Fongwen, Tunaporo, Radio. Joma Kilokuch.
Kwa ya take dogichen will may chat with la check radio check to tell dake hatia ngwen metu ni chawa dek. Now Moses I ojolo lo president balad work line but Moses got a tio lokoko wa hochola lo president me nyut members menek we ka hodanya tiarati.
Yeah, well boy my text what nena ko ni warni di lo tiena ko actually don't vote deputy president to take it over. Mama, you're welcome.
Atamani apoy matek lutua jowa men northern Uganda tutwal Lango sub-region tutwal wandong kan studio radio wa apoy matek
Apoy
wati kan kila dit bene wati ki princess Honorable Harriet again Nene Diro Kidokolo Benuchung Karame by
elections yeah.
Yes. Because of time, allow me also to recognize and invite our team, our president, but we have a number of people from the headquarters who are here with us, and also our own son, the magician, is with us. Look, Anya Lina Zedriga Waru Abuku in my second term as the deputy president, in charge of Northern Region for the National Unity Platform Party. Tin Twinywa Yom, Jomelira, Jomelango sub-region. Wandong Wanenoni, these are biblical times. Ento, because of time, allow me invite His Excellency, the de facto and de jure president of the Republic of Uganda, and offering to take the mantle yet again with conviction, with inspiration, amidst all the challenges, the one and only, His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu Ento Kan Waluonge Okelo
Honorable Robert Chagulanyi. How did you people derive that name?
Please.
Okay, now, most especially people listening from Lango sub-region and beyond, your vision for Uganda, policies, priorities, and plans for the country. People are talking about transformation. Some of you colleagues running for the same position, and I think it is also the same message you're preaching. After you sharing with us the vision, Isa term is you're coming to summarize in local language, because I don't need us to interrupt. The talk show will come and make a summary. And Honorable, you're most welcome. And I asked you earlier, and I told I'll be giving you time to respond. How is it compared to 2021? How is the heat? How is the pressure?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, all of you brothers and sisters listening to us, all the people of Lango, Atia Unoningo, allow me to salute you in the name of the Almighty God, and I'm really, really glad. I thank you very much for showing up today on our rally. In law we say Atia Unobino. Not so Apoyo Unubino. Yeah, Mwewale Kuja, Apoyo Unubino. Thank you very much for coming. You see, I'm just trying to learn more. You'll pardon my mistakes.
It is okay. Honorable Chaplain, let I just check time. to go for time check. It's already 9 p.m. We'll turn and start from.
Thank you very much.
The time check on Radio Wa. It's 9 p.m.
Jirani, baya wini ka kok malupe ki kwan palitino ni. Bero chala itie ka nunga dugi mabe me kwan kare duju. Yen giri tie jirani na, etu weka wachi tim, atie ki peo madit malupe ki kwan palitino na. Ate mugai kwan maduong ata, etu weng nono, jok ben achok jale wako pi kwan palitino na.
Angiari matika barwini. Abinte kar marom ki megini ento no Skyland High School lira. Mana ikan kwan beloy kumalo mi Uganda. Skyland High School lira nungi glira City West. Kilomita bungweni ya ki gipo amelira. Dok choki lira University. Gankwan man ki giri wicher mulingo mot. Upongi yeri dobe bu ki nywere manungi diploma. Mumi gankwan man tiki kabir mabe. Loy pi kwan pi Uganda. Gankwan man tiki pi maling ma chungo pi ki kengi. Library mai chero ka kwano ki iedi kum. Manungi nyuni pamono nyo digital library. Computer laboratory. Magi kubuki internet ka chero ki farm. Shami magi duju tiebi konyo. Latin kwan we elu numpunyi mabe. Mwali wario ki pia riwerio. Il pay me you name Skyland High School betikin gai kwan pia pay. Mauti umpino pay loyo ki A-level. Isabli me biology. Kido beru pay loyo ikumalo bi Uganda. Latin kwan muti ma pay loyo sciences no points apao yo bichel. Man kono PCM stroke ICT. Kado mbena latin kwan muti ma pay loyo O-level no points apao we chel. Dok ene ulo like Lao sub-region. When school fees were due for Nibuak, Waingom, Kapilopoti Nungi, Chinya Chil, Ario, Adekia Beach, Irombe Negamu Warga, Mikwandi, Skyland High School, Pinungin Mapul, Go Chimuko Jera Bera Bera Riom, Adeka Mwena Beach, Amwena Boro Jero, Unyu, Jera Deka Mwena Rio, Achila Beach, Abija Bija Mwen, Skyland High School Lira, Doro Diri, Jackie Cotin. Radio Shabumi, Onye twingi yorokera pupiru nungere. Ira buru ya bongo entonera buru Radio
Boya take dugucheni will mecha tuildake hatia deko karicha wa dek meutieni we hadwogo Honorable Robert Chagulanyi line. Honorable, you welcome back from the break. We can continue from where we stopped. You are telling us your names. Could be
Yes,
some other new names.
I was trying to introduce myself. And no matter how many mistakes I make in Luo, I can't give up. So I'll once again introduce myself in Luo.
I'm sure you will learn more.
Chakulanyi Sentamo Robert Nyo Bobi Wine Nyo Okelo. Yeah, man, Okelo Kuch.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chakulanyi.
Today I had the opportunity to give the most important message. Yes, here on radio I'm going to give the details, the general message that I give Ugandans seeking for their mandate. But the Lango area or northern Uganda as a region has a special attention that I chose to give it because I realized that unlike other places, there has been a historical mess that our generation has a responsibility to fix. There's been historical differences that our generation has a responsibility to mend. There's been historical lies that our generation has a responsibility to fix. So, most importantly, here in northern Uganda, I am glad that I have been and will continue to be able to communicate a message of unity, a message of peace, and a message of reconciliation. Because you realize that all of us, especially our generation, are very important to each other. I'm sure my comrades that I relate with, from my manager Lawrence Labeja to Dan Magic, and now to the political family that we share, I believe they are such an asset, and somehow I think I'm also an asset to them. So we want to find a way of having a special bond, and therefore to be more of assets by building trust and engaging in constructing a new country. That said, what do we then want to achieve after we unite? Are we just uniting to go to disco and dance? Are we just uniting to go for a bar party? No, we are uniting to build a Uganda. I'm offering myself as president and many of my comrades as members of parliament, local government leaders, so we can be able, we as a generation that has come together, we as a generation that has combined our minds, do the following. Number one, we want to restore freedom and constitutionalism. in Uganda to restore human rights and human dignity, including gender equity and equality. Number two, we want to consolidate national unity and rebuild war-torn communities, eliminate sectarianism and tribalism, heal historical differences, and bring our country together. There has not been a deliberate move by the current government to do that. This current government thrives on division. It wants to keep us apart, and yet we can benefit this our country when we are together. Number four, we want to guarantee equal access to quality services, that is clean water, healthcare, education, and public infrastructure to everybody. And now this is very important. Why? Because in well-governed countries, this is what they call the common good. Common good is when, regardless of your status, rich or poor, your wealth, your poverty, if you're poor, your poverty only ends in your house. But as soon as you step out, you're just as rich as any other citizen, because the social amenities you're benefiting from them. Regardless of how poor you are, if the hospitals are functioning, you're benefiting from them. If the education system is all right, if the infrastructure, roads, everybody benefits, whether you drive a Benz or you drive a boda. We want to provide that to our community. We have that money. Uganda is a heavily endowed country, but as you have seen us mention it, that we are ripped off by the government that is in power. We want to create jobs. As a national unity platform, we want to create up to 10 million jobs by 2032. We want to leverage tourism. We want to leverage the manufacturing sector. We want to improve and advance sports and creativity. In this, our economy, I am an example that the creative world has a lot of potential. Unfortunately, it's now being stifled. The artists are being paid. They're no longer creative. They have become beggars. And yet, we are immensely talented. Look at Nigeria. The entertainment industry has superseded the oil industry in revenue. We can achieve that. We also want to establish public school feeding. And this, I've talked about it so much. Sounds like a simple thing. But you see, our children actually don't study. Why? Because they study on empty stomachs. But if we introduce that school feeding program, it will not only benefit our children, but it's going to benefit the farmers as well, especially the women. I could have taken more time on that, but because our time is limited, I will only give an example that when we were going to school, some of us would only look forward to that cup of porridge on a break, and that alone would drive us. In our new government, we want to restore that because we lost it, make it nicer, even make it incentive and put some sugar, ensure that the government provides a cup of porridge and sugar for a school-going child, and one egg. Seems simple, but that one egg is a boost for the immunity and the health of the children, but also the people that produce those eggs. That is business for them. That is something that we want to do, something that we think will boost our early education, benefit our children, but also benefit our people, our small producers, especially the women. We want to stop land grabbing. We want to guarantee secure rights for all for land. We want to empower regional and local governments. And this, besides redistributing power down to local government, we also want to go as far as empowering regions. For example, have you thought about it? You want to travel to Nairobi, but you have to drive all the way to Entebbe, 4 or 5 hours, in order to take a 1-hour flight to Nairobi. Why are we having only one airport in the year 2025? These old people don't ask themselves that question. This new generation is going to ask that question, and we're going to go ahead and answer it. Not only that, I did not talk about devolution. It will take me time to break it down since we're running out of time. But let me talk about this, which is very important. I've traveled the world. I've seen so many Ugandans scattered all over the world. They are successful, but our diaspora is not tapped into. We want to leverage it, want to tap into our diaspora, strengthen it, but also make it beneficial. Those diaspora people are the biggest investors in this country. They bring a lot of money, up to $2 billion a year. That money will be followed up by action. Have them involved, have them to be voters, but also have them involved in the governance of the country. Lots of things that they can contribute. And finally,
maybe onto that one, just a quick one, Honorable. Do you think Uganda is having a problem with a foreign policy around that?
Absolutely.
How? And how will you work on this? Because now that's tackle something. It touches something on foreign policy of the country.
Yeah, I mean, our diaspora, unfortunately, is not respected. When you look at all our embassies, they don't solve problems for Ugandans. They are spy centers. They're like ESO, External Security Organization, detached. We want to change that. We want our embassies to be benefiting our people. We want to have a better relationship with other countries, not stealing relationships. We don't want to have our ambassadors turn our embassies into casinos. No, we don't want that. I was giving you our last agenda, our agenda program. We want to transform Uganda into a tech-driven society. We have young people that are highly tech-savvy. But, I mean, you remember recently Museveni appointed a minister in charge of that sector, and the day she was appointed is the day she opened her Twitter account. We have young people, but the minister for youth has a very old and senile brain. So,
are you sure about that?
I'm very sure. Don't you know Balaam? Do you want to be Balaam? Or do you want your child to be like Balaam?
What is the problem there in that
Everything is the problem. Anyway, I wouldn't want us to use this program to discussing people, because before long, if we start discussing people before long, the name Nabanja will be dropping. So, let's not discuss people. But I'm only trying to say that Museveni picks the worst to represent, or rather misrepresent us in every region. When he goes to my own region in Buganda, you see the mess that he picks, the presidential advisors. That is misrepresentation. We have intelligent, smart people from all these regions. And in our government, we are going to pick out the best. We are not going to misrepresent.
And I think on that, to justify, you can sample within the system of NUP, how you have aligned or how you pick your people in the leadership positions. Absolutely. Within the party. Can you give us a sample of how you do it?
Here we are.
If Uganda give the whole country, you'll change that.
I mean, here we are. I'm the president of the party. Look at my able deputy president, Dr. Lina Zedriga Waru. You know? And I mean, yeah. And I mean, look at Ageno. Ageno is the head of policy in our party. You double check on her? Of course you don't. And many others. So what I'm trying to say is that we have young, or everybody, I would say everybody. Inclusivity means everybody. So we will have everybody regardless of the ethnicity, the age, the gender, you know, the 3 Gs, the geography, the gender, and the generation will be looked at.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chagulanyi. You gave us what is in your manifesto, the visions, and what you look into in advance before taking over that top position of the country. But now there's one problem that political activists and any other Ugandan have been talking about, the debt burden of the country. The country, almost each and every financial year, members of parliament, including those from NUP, are approving borrowings
Yes.
And won't this try to pull your vision down? How will you handle this? The debt burden.
Yes.
Right
it's
now we have a
terrible.
pending borrowing. Parliament has just approved.
I'll tell you first and foremost, you said including those from NUP. Yes, there are those that went to Parliament on the NUP ticket and they sold out and we chased them away. For me, I don't beat about the bush, you see, and that's how different we are. You know, for a long time there has been people that pose like they are in opposition, but in real sense they are in opposition. You get my point?
How did they come into?
No, I want you to get
were
the
they intruders? Were they
No,
intruders?
no, no. There is opposition and there is opposition. Opposition is OH dash. Position is like, oh, my position. I'll die and kill for this, my position. These are people who masqueraded among us. We must forgive ourselves because last time we started our political party, we launched our political party only a month to the election. So, and our major target was Museveni. You understand? So, as a political party, we were just taking whoever was available. Not anymore. Now, we know that some people came because they know the people suffering are voting the idea that we represent. And they took advantage of the sufferers. Of course, as soon as we got them to Parliament, you saw some of them sold out, others were bought for peanuts, etc., etc. But I'll tell you that I disagree with that borrowing has enslaved us, that borrowing will stop some of the loans that have been taken. We question them.
But in case you are entrusted with the power, you will first need to pay back those debts.
Not everything we are going to pay back directly. Yeah.
Okay. You talked about sending away those who did opposite. According to you, when they went to Parliament, they started doing the opposite of what you expected from them. Yes. Don't you think that tested the party's ability to resolve internal conflict? Because we saw internal conflicts.
No. You see, I don't want to be politically correct. There was no conflict. There is no conflict. There's wrong and there's right. And when you put in a position to take decisions about wrong and about right, you do exactly that. We don't negotiate corruption. No, we don't. There's no conflict between a corrupt person and a person holding them accountable. No, that is a moral question.
We had others still insisting they're members of NUP. Even if you had chased them away, others went with Honorable Matthias Mpuga and others. Now, in a situation whereby you remove someone from the party and this person goes away or moves with the others from within the party who are not perpetrators of that, what comes into your mind? What is your take on that? You chase someone alone and is moving with others.
You see, there are leaders and there are misleaders. Okay? Leaders lead people to the right way. Misleaders do the opposite. Thank you.
All right. Now, before you summarize and we give time to Honorable Issa Twamiza to give us a brief summary of what is in your manifesto, the vision that you communicated very clearly. Lastly, from me, and then you'll summarize. When you just came to Lao, you met with the Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena.
Yes.
And you told the people in Apache the meeting was a successful one. And Lao appreciated you for going to visit the home of the late Dr. Paul Milton Obote. And you also, you said you had a lot of discussions that you did not reveal during your first campaign trail in Lango sub-region. But I also remember at some point, the party president for DP came out with a statement saying they are in the transition discussion, and also mentioned the name of Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena being part of that discussion. And he said the discussion ongoing about the transition has already resolved in advance not to give you power. That means Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena was part of that discussion, but also you were seen having another discussion with Honorable Jimmy Don't you think this might be your discussion with Jimmy might be diversionary?
You see, there are two ways to look at a point: the pessimistic way and the optimistic way. I choose the latter. You see, Honorable Jimmy Akena is my friend, first and foremost. From way back, he's my friend, and we relate like Ugandans, and he's quite intelligent, and I like intelligent people. And we have our conversations, which I won't share here. He's a leader of a political party. Of course, there's some things where I firmly disagree with him. For example, I disagreed right from the beginning. Him getting close to Museveni, because I know Museveni. Museveni is a liar. Museveni, he will never say something and stand by it. So me, I don't, I'm a nationalist. I believe in reconciliation. I believe in dialogue. But for me, to dialogue with Museveni, it has to be guaranteed by the population. We have to say what we're saying. What I say to him privately, I say to him publicly. That's what I believe. But anyway, we differ. Maybe Jimmy is an uptown guy and me, I'm a ghetto guy.
Or maybe he shared with you what they discussed within.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm saying we differ from him. But maybe that difference that we have is what makes us unique to each other. Maybe that's what makes us friends.
Okay.
So I was really honored when he invited me. This is a comrade, this is a brother. Of course, we share a plight because we are both facing a brutal guy, a dishonest guy. You saw what Museveni has done to Jimmy Akena. He blocked him.
He said he has not done anything.
nominating.
He has refuted that allegation.
Museveni has said that?
Yeah.
Yes, Museveni has also said,
Museveni
has also said he did not abduct me. He said he did not torture me after saying publicly that they beat me very well. Museveni has denied having Chibalama. He has denied killing our people. You know, he has even denied the things that he has publicly done to the people of Northern Uganda. So that is Museveni. Anyway, we were talking about Honorable Akena. So
yeah, you're meeting with him because the
I was
other aspect
honored.
is
I was honored.
A matter of
Yeah.
court decision right now. But you meeting with him, you said you'll not.
I was
disclose
honored,
what-
and it was
what
an
they
even
discussed.
bigger honor to be able to go and salute the father of the nation. It does not end with the two of us. No, it does not end with the two of us. It goes far down to even our people. Jimmy comes from Lango. I come from Buganda. And there's been some historical differences that happened when none of us were there. And I think we have a responsibility to unite our people. We have a responsibility to bring our people together. We have a responsibility to give hope that Uganda can dare to live in love and harmony and true trust. Because when these regions came together, Uganda got independence, you know. So when these regions come together, Uganda can get freedom. You know,
All right.
It's not about Jimmy or me, it's about all of us. And if God used us to show that picture, then glory be to God.
Thank you so much, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi. Now I'll give this time to Honorable Issa Otoamiza to at least summarize the discussion with the party president. Jimmy indeed will get patch. I mean, Issa indeed will get patch. Chichek apoy.
Stuart Boa, the party president me National Unity Platform, Bigina me Kobo. Apoy dang me ya 12, me look at me lao, Kirijo me winyole luo, Itumba me Uganda, me got you look doga achichek. Pea tati yore kitano kobo kere. Enta binu keta chichek, a summarize me do a chichok, me mi worry you. Mena machiel, eno binu nyute. Ni enyo luoni Robert Chagulanyi Sentamo. Ame ilao kano luoni okelo kuch. Daibedo president me party ame kina Mario Uganda mo luoni National Unity Platform. Echung yero karo mando echung mena Mario. ente po yo ba kiri jo duch melau wala wok jo ametinu be rale mere amo beri di holda kibwa wela gino bino kere kimara kiri chunya me gino ke pong ki ram wala ba kino eno po joni nante po yo lao nante moko yom ye te moko ni ateni lao karamare pe kitenu ene wi kere me ario o mio ngecha pire tek pinote kuj kere kayo chuk ulang ingio uno goba kere rope ama obero kele ya kina lao kere roko chele po lewa rok me puganda ama duong lo me karne mi sebi ne bil tikere yora pol me poko lao kere jo me puganda eno ko bani ene bino po lewa me kele jo karachel na mi ku betie kere mi yo kayo chuk we jo wo karachel eno ko bani not a pire tek me kele kuj kere dang me gero Uganda anyen kunbe ko jo ayot kere jo dushu ente mi kopera roma de hangwen ama ho gina wi pirata ka mene mi teti me konilo me tiel me mi jo dushu bera gonya kunbeo iki melogo eno ti le mono me kello bera gonya freedom ere lobo penchik constitutionally wuni nyeuna be kitame je Uganda bero kere yawa dushu jo beru gimi jo beru luoro dan neni cha wana ti akibwa cha moro jo tu ngwai piranu tokat ame kiro pia rejo ke jama jole kom jo unu tu goro stadium ka gora kibwa stadium ko so temi jo ken bela duo ja ko ngwai so ende kwene mi tipi jo bela gwanya e dan jo lo penche me ario ena tamni ti me gero kuch kunbe note ke timo kisha yakina jo me tu malo jo me Uganda mewe jo Uganda de jo achiel ama mare da obedo kare achiel ente me de koni emi tuni enene mi okero me jo mi duch pi jo dushu abo poko roke yaye region yaye dogole yaye dini yaye nyopati yaye emi tuni kwan be pi jo dushu yo abe be pi jo dushu dahatal be pi jo dushu ijora pol tich ni jo dushu Peo mioka general ipojo metu ankole peo mioka commissioner kanokene peo mioka permanent secretary region okene ni jo dusha roma pok ti rom chinjo apo me angwen eno ko ni Uganda lonya teka dan level la Uganda lony kere county lima me wan ti kere kan nyo o rapo libwa yora be romo mi jo bibero kero me bero kere kuch kera wa ga lo ki Premier ti ke jame Uganda yor me charo ame mi jo mora rio te ke na biro lonyo jo ke te biro chan ente me de kubani ene bi yela tek me mi yo ke tich yora be tich aramo million pa i mwaka me pe karo ade 2022 I mean yes 2022 eno koni emi te mi tich aramo million pa bojo ayot uninge una beri wan joy tumano kan polo wan joy la kan pega wan tikira lo tieni wandong pe onu tichagamente dan tichagamente ame yae com factory ame yoe com jangdula gamenta ko pat wando pe do eno koni e biro making sure ni teme diro mera men million jobs am apa ko be created by government man gina me timere dan gina me kanga ta chui president miro chi gere bojo America yini chi na mi ti roman ana mi bina roma aiteti ya na kone bini je hermeti man o kone mi te e don care me ko bi kom tu uni nyur kita tu care lo nyira poli mi logo e mi de don care me ko bi kom wer ke jomji o mi apori kom Nigeria ame Nigeria lon kun be ko bi kom nen video yini nen mo jogo ke wer jogo ama kere ro kinna dunga me lo na ha lonyo me mo ame ti Nigeria ke ko bi kom tuari yo me kero me rai chene oho ke lipojo eno mi apo yora me Uganda don ke chien achara dug me ruenye chiente yora rach yora me chamo chana mi yu chiene wori chinjo ame miro pe wori tiki chiene me Uganda yora me piti kare mi yu jo ame dong tikere office mi tikere rom bero kare tikere chiena jo yora rach eno ko ni kina pirta ke mituni e yire ko puonyere ni utino wa kwano kede pero petwere ina tin yai dikute dog pa hivi tieno abon chamo de akechu nehu akome dia ramu aye dia wang mi atin pe kwana ber tingi ene kello kina mo doni school feeding program memi yotino numu chien kare mi yoka nyoha otemi yotongwe na dunu ila kan re mi yomogo amo pulu amo yihabe me achiel ami yot kuma belo pototino me ario ami yotina bela me wigi riek me adek akelo yot akelo nga awa akeli keri kwa oge memi ki kwana yigi yo so eno kwenye binu kele chala programming ni omio tinu chiemo ami yoka po wani lao ka return omio wa nino ote bulu wa mogo aute workeri chukul enta mando pe timere do eno kwenye ene miti gamente mere enna miro tini mewe jo otino wa kwan ami tikeri nyen keri diro dan keri yomi yen kai por school ame jo chola don e Kampala otino chiema be entu borwa kana wana tikeri pewa otino wa beru keri kej na kieno akinte toka me
adwongi sai dong do da mara de
well me eno kelente kuba pirate eno tamuni emme do kero me kwan okay me kubi mi school video kwenda binu kwanya jato will kwela wa bot jo wa atoro memi yukinungu yore moro mekelo len chingi kungina jaro tongwe na moro jaro keringo bot skule bot gamente ame miyo gichente ena okubuni e binu wen megengo mayo lobo lenga miti winyunu kopti yera wana wurieni obero yera megengo mayo lobo ngewuni lobo ameti ya choli kana me oluni amoro kere noya balare lum tu binu choro boko dan ya chua duju lobo dum pe wuri ngiu kan wana ronyo maru jirani eno ko ni kay yere wonu lobo me amanu tu jogo imasindi ikaruma ama akoro kayunge yera e ka te onyi jo balalo kan kere dokki me gamu lobo ene binu gengo mo ne binu gokko loba lao e binu gokko loba jo me Uganda kuni kiu kere chika meriko cho chik mete kwa enda o mede me kubuni e binu mi yo don kere jema pire tek odjo tushu ko enen bala wani chani wan ka yini mitu woro mi riya ka no toha te wona ka entebe te o yitu dege airport woro kan pe atwan kunu tia koni wana tu chatu wil dan do wor wa mamalo ko ni binu ne ko jema ni oberu tikan me we gyo kanda char wil bala jo ke eno kubuni e binu kelo kero ko jo amentie wa ho ino wati yo ho diaspora tikini o yellow raw chinme o kere Uganda kan chinme ki to kere be ene na binu mi ki not kere me kelo ki Uganda we ki no participate in jemi duju bol jo kui ke to terra ke da participate in ko be rocha terra me Uganda eno mete me ko boni kai chani neno jo wati yo ambassador jo da ka jo me kwera jo me binu mo yo ka ko bi kom jo ticha bere konye Uganda me ku Uganda ke roko kene lobo kene o da hotek e binu mi you teach what you are you are all about employment eno mede me koni mi you teach tingo a pecho me telo gamente you be di bore I chawa ni wana loki gamente ti chupo po bo jo ke no te we ko jo ke ro eno koni mi yo tuch anu muti mio deputy president nere we dano me West Nile emi ya nyarwa me ya la kan kia la yo ko policy and research nang te ko be me ta mera kru to isa kine ka obinu e binu mi ki rom me ti yuti I gamente mere pe binu ko yo wa
kada de jeho na bo
kada jeho eno ko ni e binu ne no ni en pe beru president amelo jo aloha ene bere team manager ame miu dano maneri mere me ti yuti kere kero mere kere ngechere bale goya diru team manager beru tie ngare man goya diru kere diru mere kere kero mere atam ni man be ken mi wano woni president karo beru dana jo be beru president wano tero ba beru ba amo beru luora munu kina pira tekka meno ko me adiki jo ame petimo eno ku kana pira tekni eneti ko pa mono ko ni zero tolerance to corruption ni mano eni gamente mere ite lo chere ame pure biro president e nyuroba I kara mora duong vile ko position bino ga chene moro million mia bi don na mo luoni un poga mune no ko kan ni ene te ba yo da mando tu mo ja ti ma ka kan ro kuja bien unu record me chama chara unu tiko nang te kuni jo mo ga me ene riemo ko I pati mere o biro jo me record me chilo chamo chara tiko do mi akunya kin bo jo me nu ni mano ka ini do ni nu pe do nyu mo ko me kwalu joma jo I ben ngata chinchil me wa tel jo I yo ba alright wo me Uganda to da garaj ke le wa pe ho pe gigi ina me amira ko bilwa ero ko ni nu tia kwa yo wana me ko ni yengu me na te kala kiel pe obiru nu PUP biena ma wano biri kwachi chawa du dead burden dia duong obiru do mo kwach mo kipira ngano biro kai kwach bajer wa kwache na chulo do mano biru pi bon munni kere bo jami wa jende eno ko ni lo me Uganda ro mo chulo je me Uganda du na ron to mi Uganda lo abon pe homoro dan do ente ki kuni ene miro ne jami be jama tia tini kai na me tia tini jo chuye ena me peti ki kare we ho.
All right, apoy mateka dong isa now
on radio ko biro ko bikom honorable Jima Kena. Eno ko watabera mene tie kiri gini Jimmy chakare chon. Kundang bogo ni tije mora chela riwa degi me ron po kiri. Enta chalo dana me Uganda. A chala a nationalist. Ena tawi bero kara chel kiri Jima Kena, bero kara chel kiri lao, kubere kiri ro kushu men not jo kara chel kiri na pierte. Ento ente mo ko poina tier ni mano. E biro kiri poch bot family du mo bore. Kun be bot Jimmy. Me yen me oketa tura Iwilela Papua, I'm over Dr. Apollo Wilton Bore. And na pira takaeno ko, takobu ni ubore any over father of the nation. And now we knew unlangi ni msebi ni pe yeda atirate ni Uganda ubore no kere independent. Your Lord Ken. Nang pe ukubunye. Kai ni najua kwe Lord Ken ukubunga otimela pe ilum. Eta mani eno mo kani acharo en e bilu recognize ubore acharo papo. Me Uganda me na machiel oba me polo
right on radio boy matek lokwa gikenu no chule yotam kitame adwong honorable Robert Chagulanyi olimo karechel kede Jimmy James Michael Akena kuna Jimmy James Michael Akena be di chohere mora me hanina ko beni nobat ma ko goja enen adwong honorable Isato Hamiza do heye kitame and honorable do heye kede ogamo chime mago will be picking some few phone calls as we go towards summarizing the show. Ogamo chime magana no radio itwaron nen wadang YouTube live radio wap your board we abong internet about farmer. You can follow us live and join this discussion from there. Pinchawa to beta page. Hello. Yes. Why you ba? Hello. Boy. Man ngani? Duani tie ping network ni petia ba. Kolo ne no ngatoke ne hello. Hello. Radio kare go jim ko go ite be do serious at dan kai mi yutame mi kede war. Me kere waro pien manable le yutama ma pere tek total camera ni angi no hello kami du penya pen radio wa
hello
yes
kila kada afande Justin sala itopolo
afande Justin apo iti kwene
na pia nuero para da kwena luani abo ja
apo afande ile bela afande me security group
atiu kada dul ma samarai ana nuati Kampala
okay please
yeah
Jono we nyinga fandi no ami nyanga iberu tu. Okay. Afande. Iko baninga ipenya mi yokatam.
Menyo kom katam mai ko buni president an pe bet ke de luoro mara kom jono eno bet ke kinna tai gana ti ri komi yogi
okay
an ko pela jon wana ol ke do ko kom jakana ha je
all right
aboy kom ga ko por ke ana ti ko making president de ko maganya
aboy matek ba
ana ko kom do one
honorable Afande Geoffrey is a fund of a private security group.
Yeah.
He said that you be confident. That we tell you to be confident.
Hello.
Yes.
Kiwa.
Awinye ba?
Ikilo kele Jimmy ko Lela Chol.
Jimmy Lela Chol di kone.
Lela Chol to you young district.
Apoy Jimmy.
Ati kele maga pire dek ya biro. Uma me campaign party president me National Unity Platform. Gina ana winyo kere neno ijaro kan kere na ke town na no bunga bulle amekino pong kere timu kina rai kalo matu joy matoto yora rai indo ko kate tammi gene itwa ko gene party president kere obedo kate obedo president di megato mumi ti kon ko tunwal me Uganda kanyo timma joni na gino timuni ena chalo balo bedo party president na community platform wako
Okay, boy, ba?
Boy attack.
Right, Ikoni boy Geoffrey Moyam. Jimmy.
Moyam.
Jimmy Moyam. Yes, Honorable Jimmy called from Moyam and is asking about your grassroots support. That you have grassroots support, but mostly those who support you from the grassroots are the village gangsters, whom some of them turn to become criminals, but they call you their president. Do you support their criminality, being the ghetto president? Because that is how they term you as ghetto president. So at times it looks like maybe you support. Maybe I pick and you respond now.
Yeah, sure. I would like to begin exactly there. He claims I'm supported by gangsters, by thugs. Actually, that's not true. Even me, I've never been a gangster. I was a ghetto child. Ghetto is not crime. These people don't understand ghetto. Ghetto is a state of life. It is poverty. These are shanty houses. And we've always been saying we are not shy of where we come from. We work hard in the ghetto, not to leave the ghetto, but to make the ghetto a better place to live. Unfortunately, now Uganda has become a big ghetto. Almost the whole of northern Uganda is a ghetto. The whole of Uganda is a ghetto. Only a few people. But the way we live, the way we feed, the way we dress, the way we live in the humanized life is ghetto. So ghetto is not crime. I come from poverty.
So do you think those youth just cover up under?
No. Those that are claiming that I'm supported by thugs are actually guilt tripping. It is government policy in General Museveni's government to work with criminals. He has a man called Damodina Christopher, the head of counterintelligence. He has been moving all over the country, trying to create something they call ghetto structure. Now they go to get to shanty places, they go to ghettos, and they look out not for the talents in the ghetto, not for the law-abiding citizens in the ghetto. No, they look out for criminals, for thugs, for murderers, who they later on use to beat people. You remember Kakoza Mtale started that. They brought Chiboko Squad. They recruited the Boda 2010, and now they call it ghetto structure. These are criminals. You remember the person called Sobi, who they recruited and later had to murder. They've killed a lot of my friends from the ghetto. They killed Zebra Senyange. They even go to boxing clubs and recruit these talented young people. I'm a boxer myself. I'm a ghetto child myself. I know. Unfortunately, this time, Museveni does not know. All these are my boys.
Okay, let's pick these callers and then you now respond at once.
So basically, to lay record straight, it is the regime that works with criminals, not us. Thank you.
You have given some examples. Are there justification to those?
Yes, no, but these are examples. I've told you, even today, as we speak, there are even musicians that are murderers, that have criminal records. People that murder people, you've seen that. It's all over. But the police does not hold them accountable. Actually, now working with the NRM government is one way of escaping accountability. The thieves, the conmen, all the criminals support NRM and profess NRM to avoid accountability.
Let's get for a break. We will pick some other callers, then you give your response.
This is the sound you breathe. The Planet Radio. The Planet
89.8 FM. Radio.
Babe, ti anak mo ti maloy iku ingul ito niya chunya ni iri mo na iyo iku ikora babe in ba babe Itiaga dong ya.
Well, Daisy, men ko reka tika bor dago meneno ni.
Sweetie, atiga bohar baby wine. Dago mo ko ya.
Babe wine?
Babe wine, company limited. Dun mayobo, babe mixed fruit wine. Common meat. Cool, doki lor, mabe, marwata ki yorkomi, kunwele rwata ki jebani, uyiponi. Babe wine, beke waki hangover. Dok nunge, iboch me milileta minya dek. Kun ki yubuki kumnicha machalo na nasi kimuchungwa. Common nunge ilogo duju manunge East Africa. Nung babe wine, dukan mo ki ken machokwiri. Kai mera wile madwong. Charity ipe yero jo, General Store, Kipkum State, Kunu, Kape Imnati Kipu. Nungi i family care, i Kipkum Town. Unyo pinit matut. Pira gonya migo ichimi namba. Nota dek abu wana rio. Achila piyara bichil. Nota ria dek. Babe wine is processed, packed and distributed by Babe Wine Company Limited. Manunge Baronge, go down in Railway Division, Ilira Town.
La Paltunya, chere miet mat wen keni che.
Kwa pe omi ke chat bonga no wakane pe oa pa uya bo.
Chingmalo, Babe Wine. Radio shabu mi. Onyu twingi yorokena putbiru nungere. Ira buru ya bongo entonera buru pama bus. Radio
Right, apo imateka radio gamo chime mogo atek nyangwen heka dote for yitman apo radio chimano nok total chawa wada dong pe peti adwong. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Itika loki pala look Lumumba.
Look at the boy.
Ye wata po amiza. Akeli in Stewart Boa.
The boy.
Ana miru penyo chagulanyi. 205 itarmali el luporre no miru biro ka yo meluero wati luporre miru pongol ki bordi morna duli gi egini en takula ni nenu ni bien ni no wati ikanu borra yo bucha ring yo meluero triangle.
Okay.
En tenu ni bien ni no mi de li luporre pongol ki luero triangle.
Apoyo matek. As Honorable Lugard is asking about the 2005 scenario when the body of the late Dr. Apollo Milton Obote was being returned to the country, and some people from Luero said the body should not cross Luero. What's your take on that?
Yes, that is true.
Let me get two more calls.
And if you could allow me answer that very important question.
Yes. Oh, okay. You just you can respond to that. So.
Thank you very much. You see, and I'm glad that question came. I am 43 years, and in this generation, I'm one of the oldest. Even here in studio, apart from maybe Honorable Cedrica, what does that mean? And yet me, in 1986 when Museveni took power, I was only 4 years. I was born during the war. But yes, in 2005, Dr. Obote passed away, and when his body got returned, a Museveni government minister called Naduli misrepresented all of us and acted in a way that is uncouth, that is un-African. That was Museveni's minister. Okay? Naduli is not my minister. He might come from Buganda, but he's not my minister. And he's not my age mate. And he does not belong to my political party. Okay? So, why do these people do things and you put them on our generation? Oh. Me, I've told the people of Western Uganda that whatever Museveni does, he is responsible alone. I cannot put it on the people of Western Uganda. I cannot put it on the tribe. If one Muganda does something that does not represent all of us as Baganda, it should not be put on us. We should be allowed to make our own mistakes, not to be responsible for some other people's mistakes.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Honorable.
But again, that was Museveni's minister must emphasize.
Mono pe obero Baganda dishu kanga toroti mobile mi be badano no da pobero minister mero bero minister me onu tia teach e Carmelo chmane ne me tie Carmelo cha president me tie tela edo pe mere so eno kwero ko di pe ke guru gi ye chalo Baganda. Now I think I have some questions here on YouTube, and they're putting me on pressure. Let me now read them. Thanks, Ronnie Katerega is saying thanks so much for hosting our president. Okay, and that is just not a question, is a comment. Is appreciating the radio. I would like to ask, this is Omara George, did he talk about Lango's cows? Thanks. Quebec City.
Yes.
Another one, Ken Walter, thanks Stewart for hosting our president. His genius love too much in views. Okay, that is also just a comment. Another one is coming from, let me see, now just the questions due to time. Someone is also asking Daniel that ask Chagolenyi to give a brief development plan for the people of Lango and civil servants pay. Okay. Those are some of the questions. Let me pick a caller and you respond now at once. Hello? Solomon Apoy. Apoy Matek Solomon Mabradi.
Atamo kobeni electric Taiwan.
Unko Pumuko Morpe Gano.
One go more per one to use the
Okay.
Yamame Dino Kampala, boys, no get to get very well.
Okay. Ikoni Nyinga.
Solomon.
All right. Solomon is appreciating you and he says you have his support. But also whatever you do for the ghettos in Kampala, you also incorporate and do for the ghettos here in Lao. That is what he's saying. This is my last caller now. Hello? Yes. Chalo kinga. Yes, pa ukalo chikwane. Better check chao rupe. Team joining no. Oh, pora. Moda do mawa romo konyi. Mawa. Moda kalipe agonyi mawe. Alright, I also have Yugi Patrick. Yugi Patrick, whatever you ask, I think the president of the National Unity Platform Party summarized about creating of jobs. Maybe just additionally, how will you create that 10 million jobs? Now you start from there and give your final remarks. Thank you. In few minutes.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate. There's a question about the Lango cows.
Yes, yeah.
That Museveni promised and said he's going to give 5 cows to every household. He has been saying that for 40 years. That man is a liar. He has been saying that for 40 years. He has not only said that to the Lanyi. He has said that to the Acholi. He has said that to the Itesos. He has said that to the Karamajong. He has said that to the Baganda of Luero. He's a liar. Why would he listen to Museveni after 40 years? Really? Has he ever said anything and he honored it? No.
And then for you, what is your plan? That's what the person needs to know.
I mean, there are certain things that we must take responsibility for. I went to TESO, for example, and we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Itesoids. And I'm still a young man that is going to live here, and I'm concerned about my reputation. So I never say something that is not going to be backed, and I don't just say it as me. We say it as an institution. So when we say it as an institution, it does not depend only on me. We are held accountable together. So we pledged that, and when we get an opportunity to engage the elders here and the parties concerned, we will discuss how to resolve that.
Okay.
There are some other areas where there are